ILTV Plus, your news from Israel and more 24/7. Start your free trial today. Subscribe at ILTV.tv and watch from any device. Hello and welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Aaron Porras, and before we begin, I want to again remind you about our all-new streaming platform, ILTV Plus. Head to ILTV.tv or to your mobile app store and register today to see all of our full newscasts, morning briefings with Chana Rifkin, and tons of new and exclusive content, all commercial-free. Full episodes of ILTV content will no longer be made available on YouTube and on social media. Now, coming up in today's newscast, a new Israeli ally, Sudan, imploding under a military coup. The tragic story of Eitan Biran potentially seeing its end, and Miss Israel finally crowned ahead of this year's Miss Universe competition scheduled to be held in Eilat. Mainly peaceful demonstrations descending into chaos on Monday as Sudan fell victim to yet another military coup.
اعتقلوا ناس من مجلس السيادة. ده انقلاب تامي حرفيا واحنا بنرفضه تماما. ترجع للوثيقة الدستورية وتراجعها وتسلم الحكومة للمدنيين وترجع للوثيقة الدستورية وتفك الناس اللي حبستهم ديل وترجعهم لمناصبهم ويستغيل البرهان. المطلب الأساسي بقى في الشارع استغالة البرهان.
Sudanese General Abdel Fattah Burhan placing the Prime Minister and other top officials into detention and announcing that the ruling transitional government will be dissolved from top to bottom. Pro- and anti-government activists, meantime, taking to the streets, with several interactions quickly turning deadly. This as the military announces a state of emergency.
وفي بتاع تاتشر وطلعوا واحد عديل ورجعوا فيهم مرتين يا زول ده ثالث واحد.
Joining me with more, former Israeli ambassador to Egypt and South Sudan and former director of the political planning division within the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Chaim Cohen. Now, thank you so much for joining us, Ambassador. This coup coming just 2 years after autocratic President Omar al-Bashir was ousted by the army and a transitional military-civilian power sharing deal was reached. You know, what were the Army's primary grievances then versus now?
The Army, the military in Sudan is actually heading the government from the very beginning, from 2019, and intend to promote Sudan to a better future. Now, that meant moving ahead basically towards economy progress and bringing the civilian faction headed by Abdallah Hamdouk to improve the economy and also to change the political system to work for a better human rights system within Sudan. And that was accepted by both sides as they started to work with each other relatively up till now, in spite of all difficulties and disagreements, relatively fine. And now in this situation, when the army is felt or is feeling that the demonstrating supporting the civilian anger against the military rule, demonstrating they were brought to a fear of the military rule that they will be a new coup d'etat and destroy whatever they succeeded to build with support of the US and the West. And therefore, they decided to take measures and some steps against the demonstrators and change the governmental system.
So General Burhan is calling for cooperation, though, and at least until general elections can be held, he says, in July 2023. Do you think that he actually intends to hand power back to the people as they request, or is it going to be some sort of military governance or mixture as we had until this coup?
the mixture is supposed to be till they come to a kind of a process that will bring to more open political system. That was the case, and at the beginning they thought about 2022 to consist a new parliament and then elections and new government later on. It was delayed to 2024. Now they talk about 2023 in one condition, that they will promote the goals of Sudan and succeeded to move ahead. At the moment, it seems that it's not the case right now, although I wouldn't say that that is a final step, and they wouldn't succeed to re-bridge the gap that we see now, and coming back to a common coalition at the same way they used to do it up till now.
All right, Ambassador Cohen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, in a shocking revelation, Turkish media now publishing photos of the 15 alleged Israeli spies arrested across the country earlier this month. Given initials for code names to protect their identities from the public, the Turkish Sabah Daily now revealing photos of the 15 men arrested October 7 by Turkish authorities. The lot of them accused of spying for the Israeli Mossad intelligence agency, and their arrest apparently at the hands of some 200 Turkish intelligence officers at the National Intelligence Organization, or MIT. But according to the report, the suspects, said to be of Arab descent, had been split into 5 cells of 3 people each. They ranged in age and nationality, they were placed all across the country, and they entered Turkey at different times. They also held various positions. Allegedly, one wired money through Western unions. Another received funding for meetings at the Israeli consulate and met with Mossad officers abroad, and others collected information. And their apparent targets, Palestinian organizations, individuals of interest, and their affiliates operating on Turkish soil. For example, Palestinian and Syrian students in university who'd received defense industry training. This as recent reports claiming that Palestinian terror group Hamas, for one, has been secretly operating in Turkey right under authorities' noses, conducting cyber attacks and counterintelligence missions against Israel. Assuming the reports are true, however, it's unclear how many of the suspects actually knew that they were working for the Mossad or when they figured it out, as the alleged handlers often used aliases and claimed to represent various entities. Additionally, while the Turkish authorities are yet to officially discuss the arrests, Israel is completely rejecting the report, saying none of those arrested worked for Mossad. Likewise, former deputy director of the Mossad, Knesset member Ram Ben Barak, suggesting that Turkey is just trying to flex its muscles and show off its quote-unquote achievements, which occasionally will result in publishing fake information. Speaking with Israeli Channel 12 News, Ben Barak saying, quote, "None of the published names were of Israeli spies, and therefore the reports should be put in proportion."